What would work best?
I think the bit that I like is the portal.
Yes.
And I know that's only like a small part of it, but the reason I like that is that you've got Rent Smart Wales and you've got all the information in that one place. And is it Rent Scotland, I think it is, or they might have changed that. You've got everything everybody needs in one place. What I find horrifying, and I saw this online the other day, is that people are still renting properties without any research whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it's like we have a huge percentage of people out there driving cars because they didn't know they needed a driving licence, let alone an MOT. And we still have that in our sector. So I like the idea there's one portal because it makes it very easy for the media to send everybody to. Good for citizens' advice, good for Shelter, all of the charities, because there'll be good information in there, so that will cut down potentially the costs of the charities having to fund good content, and we'll get a consistency of what the rules and regulations are, which if you go onto the landlord forums, you ask some of the questions and it's scary what the answers are.
Yeah.
And those answers are sometimes more scary than the fact that somebody thinks that it's okay to ask that question on a Facebook page.
I think the scary thing is that I've been doing this for 30 years and you think, oh my God, you know.
Yeah,
look, I'm agnostic a bit. No, tell a lie, I'm not agnostic. One day I'm really excited about this. Yeah, one day I'm really excited about this and the application of technology, and then you know, a reality check may come in and think, oh God, how many times have we seen, technological solutions that have fallen foul. So we really got to see the detail. Yeah. And look, they've been working on this for a long time behind the scenes. They commissioned an organisation to do a full study into that. We've not seen the results of this, and I certainly will be pressing to see what their research has come out on the portal. It could potentially be very, very exciting and join up.
If we can get everybody renting right from the start, be they a tenant or a landlord, that is actually the biggest win. Because with or without these reforms, if you do everything right as a tenant and you do everything right as a landlord, then and an agent, there are no problems. Yeah. It's a pretty good sector. You know, if you rent through a decent agent and let through a decent agent, the likelihood of anybody getting evicted is tiny. The likelihood of you having a problem is small because they all do it right. And the portal has the potential to get everybody renting right and the right information out there. But I think as far as a lot of the other things, I don't think Section 21 will make any difference at all, because it was never a no-fault eviction, or very rarely. And I look at some of the other things. I like the idea of a decent home standard because we wanted the property MOT. I just wish they'd gone a lot further. And I think that's my sadness with this, is they could have gone a lot further.
Yeah, okay.
And my problem with all these laws, they come in too late.
Yes.
So HMO licensing, this is almost what's going in the rent reform, has already been tested with HMO licensing, and it's failed.
Right.
It's cost an awful lot of money, but I think I saw a stat from a great organisation called Safer Renting that deal with very horrendous letting issues. And they said that there's something like in London, in each borough, there's 2.2 people enforcing 10,000 PRS properties. The cost versus the actual prosecutions takes too long, and it costs too much money. And worse still, because we have no stock, of which this will have no impact on, or very little stock left in most areas, then the problem that tenants got is, well, fine, they can come out of the property quicker if they don't like the landlord or the property, but they've got nowhere to go. And the only place they've got to go is to queue up next to, Arla's 27 other households trying to get to a property. So when you're in, I think, a stock shortage situation, it doesn't matter how many laws you introduce, it's not going to solve the actual problem.
And absolutely, and one of the disappointing things about the legislation is its lack of detail on certain sections.